Hi everyone, my name is Ty. I am a licensed practical nurse, and as you can see from the title, this video is going to be about my experience as of being a nurse for my first year. Today is April 25th, 2024. So that makes January, February, March, April, a year and 3 months for me today as being a nurse. And I'm going to share my experience with you guys. So I'm going to start off with my experience as a working in a nursing home, and I want to start with that one first because it's my least favorite. So I want to just go ahead and get the negative out the way and then go to the positive. I do want to say before I jump into the video, everyone is different. You know, when you taste a type of food, to you it may taste great. To someone else, it may not be the greatest. I want to say that to let you guys know that, use your own discernment, even though, you're listening to this video. I don't want anybody to just go off what I say and be like, oh, I'm not going to a nursing home because, I remember, I heard this and that. Because everybody has different experiences, and your experience in nursing home might be way different from mine. So I do want to encourage everyone to, like I said, use your discernment when you are choosing to pick where you want to work at as a brand new nurse. So yeah, my experience in a nursing home, to me, it's the most stressful personally because you don't have like that team that you'll have at the hospital. Like when I worked, and I do want to say I haven't worked in a hospital as an LPN, but I have worked in the hospital as a PCT, and I was the lead PCT, and I literally was doing that job right before I started nursing school. So I have worked very closely to RNs in the hospital, so I kind of can give you a little insight on that. But I'm going to say that for last because I haven't actually had the experience myself. And I actually have a really good friend that I'm going to reach out to probably after this video, because I was thinking maybe I can get some insight from her to share with you guys. So if I do, I'll let you guys know, and if I don't, then I hope you can take what I give and be able to help you make a decision as well. So anyway, like I was saying, in the hospital, you have that team behind you. If a patient colds or something, it's so many nurses that support you. Not only nurses, you got your PCTs, you got your occupational therapy. If they're close by, anybody can help. Sometimes it can literally be, the smallest things that matter. Like for example, with trach care. Trach care is like a really big thing that you want to kind of focus on. Well, I ain't gonna say kind of focus on, that you must focus on right then and there. If a trach comes out of a patient, that patient only have a certain amount of time to basically stay alive without having a replacement there. So that is very important. And I just feel like in a nursing home, you don't have enough time to really see all your patients, to really check on all your patients the proper way, the right way, the way to give them the care that they deserve. I believe that every single patient deserves the care that you would give to your mom or dad. And that's one of the reasons why I became a nurse. I lost my dad in 2020, not to COVID. I know that's, a lot of people think it's because of COVID, because that's around COVID time. But no, it wasn't because of COVID. And it had a lot to do with neglect. That was the number one reason why his health started declining. And because of the neglect had went on for so long, my dad's not here, but he's still here in spirit. This is him on my necklace. But anyway, sorry that I got kind of sidetracked on that, but I always do that when I talk about my baby, my angel. So yeah, like I said, I just feel like every patient should get the care that they deserve. And I feel like in the nursing homes, they don't get it. They don't. And those patients who have those family members who kind of like be like, calling all the time, checking them all the time, and they just basically, the nurses and the aides know like, oh, their family gonna come check on them. They will get a little bit more attention than the other patients in the nursing home. However, understand that they're not getting the right attention. They're only getting more attention because they know that if the family come in, they're gonna complain. So they still only do the minimum. It's not like they're like, oh, let's, do this because this is what they deserve. And I noticed that there's so many people in nursing homes that's getting mistreated, abused, neglected, and the job is so overwhelming and sometimes can be so frustrating when you're working short. It seems like in nursing homes, facilities, every facility around here where I'm at, and I stay in Florida, it's like everyone is working short. Everyone. And I'm starting to think that a lot of people are leaving the nursing homes. And the ones who are there, they're just there for the money. And it's not hard to recognize who's there for because they care and who's there to get a check. I just quit my job. What today? I was out. I was supposed to have been off last night. Today's Thursday. I was supposed to have been off Wednesday night, but Tuesday night I was supposed to work. I quit my job. I didn't even go in, y'all, and I had been there for a couple months now, and I ain't gonna lie, it was the longest I ever been in a nursing home since I've been a nurse, and that just shows like how bad it is. And like I say, for each his own. For you guys, it may not be that bad. Me, I'm an empath. I'm a healer. I just like to heal people. And I hate it when I feel like I start to be like operating like everybody else. And what I mean by that is when I start to feel like, oh, the pill fell, or just pick it up and wipe it off because I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? It's the small things that I notice, or we're not going to give them any water. It's water every time they're scheduled to get the water. We're just going to give them the water for the G2s when it's time to get the medicine. And in a nursing home, I find that even the good nurses, when they stay there too long, they start to become bad nurses because they feel like I don't have time to do the things the right way. Because if you did, you'll be there a whole nother 3 hours or so. It's only 8 hours, an 8-hour shift in a nursing home. I haven't done any 12s in a nursing home. I only did 8s, thank God. But I just don't feel like you have enough time. And me personally, you guys too, I work night shifts, 11 to 7, so it is going to be a lot different too from the day shift. So that's why I say too, please use your discernment. And I just feel like in the nursing home, it's so much. It's the wound care, it's the skilled care, blood pressure, sugars. And even though it sounds like something simple, blood pressure, yeah, that is simple. But when you have over like 30 something patients, it can become overwhelming. And not only that, think about if a patient falls. Now you have to stop what you're doing, make sure that this patient is safe. And once you finish making sure the patient is safe, you still have to make phone calls, call the doctor, call the family members, still pass out the meds. Whatever you don't get done during your shift, it ain't no way you can't get it done because you can't leave. So expect to stay after a lot when you're working in a nursing home because, like I say, emergencies can happen at any time. And another thing I always think about too, like, what if one of your patients cold and then you have another patient that cold? You can't be in two places at one time. And a lot of times in nursing home, you don't have that teamwork that you have usually that you will get in a hospital. And if you do, work in a nursing home who have it, I'm happy that you do. I pray that all the nursing homes get like that. But at the same time, though, I'm just speaking from my own experience. Here, you're really not going to get that. It's easy. If you're looking for more routine work, I feel like the best place for you to go is to the hospital. If you're looking to get trained properly, I feel like the best way to go is the hospital. With not agency, but with the facilities, well, same thing, agencies, because agencies can send you to a nursing home. But with the nursing homes, I just feel like it's so overrated. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be working with a lot of low vibrational people, which I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around how you go to school to be a nurse and you have a SHIT attitude. And it's a lot of females in this field that acts like that, and catty, backstabbing. So another thing too, when you go to a job, don't tell people your business. Stay to yourself. Please do that. Don't tell nobody nothing about your personal life. It's none of their business. Go there, do your job, come home, be with your family, live the good life. Don't feel like, oh, I'm a nurse now, I'm going to get nursing friends, because trust me, not the greatest from my experience. But like I say, once again, use your discernment. It is some good people out here. I'm a good person. You probably a good person. I hope you are. I know you are. And yeah, so, but you just gotta be careful out here because, like I said, the nursing field is really catty. And I learned that from nursing school. And even now that I am a nurse, I still see it even in the field. So yeah. So that's about the nursing home. Next thing I want to jump into is home health. Home health is it can be very challenging as a brand new nurse. I'm not gonna lie, because when you're in nursing school, we practice and on all these dummies that's not freaking humans, and it's different. When you actually go into a home and you have a patient there, and like with a G tube or especially a trach, it can be very like scary at first because their life is dependent on you. And in a home, once again, you don't have that support like you would at the hospital. As a matter of fact, and then with home care, you're not even going to get as much support as you get in the facility. And the facility barely give you help. But don't get me wrong, you'll have some nurses in there. Like I said, I have had experience, but I had very helpful nurses in the facility though. But it's just overall the energy is just like mainly like negative. But at the same time, you will have a few nurses, like I said, it all depends on where you work at. But it is some nurses who will come around and help sometime in the facility. Not always though. Like, but sometimes you'll get that. But home health, you don't have that at all. It's just you. You're the nurse. You're the everything. So if something happens, like, you have to be on it right away. So with home care, I am right now currently doing that. I am with 3 different agencies. I like to keep my options open because sometimes agencies, and this is the downer part, this is one of the cons, sometimes home health aides, I'm talking about home health aides, sometimes home care can be a little hard to keep consistent work. And why I say that is because a lot of times parents feel like if they're, and I'm saying parents because right now I'm working with pediatric kids. I'm at like a pediatric nurse, but at the same time though, even with working with adults, doing home care, what was I just? Oh yeah, sometimes like the caregiver, they'll get like upset if the nurse can't make it for any strange reasons. Like everybody have emergencies. Sometimes you have to call off, or sometimes it's just simply hard to find a nurse. For agencies the book for for the clients, and a lot of patients will leave and go to a different agency. I have seen that so many times. I have seen so many patients that I would see with one agency, then I'll go to another agency, and that patient will be with that agency because they was dissatisfied with the services, or better yet, some people tell me a lot of people just don't even show up. They just do no calls, no shows. So with home care, it's kind of scarce for work sometimes because, like I said, things happen. Sometimes the caregiver don't, they be in their feelings about stuff. Sometimes the nurse, they just don't feel the vibe, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like nurses just they end up going to nursing homes like I did myself, because let's say you have a case like myself. I had a case 3 nights a week, 312s. It was a little boy. I didn't have to do much. He was just on the CPAP every night, and I had him for about 6 months. Things was going great. And out of nowhere, he just lost his insurance because his insurance company felt like he didn't need it anymore. So I lost my case, and, I still have bills. So I ended up going to a nursing home, feeling desperate, moving out of desperation and fear, which is one of the worst things you can possibly do, is move out of desperation and fear. Because when you do that, you're going to end up running to something that you don't really want, like I did. So please don't do that. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want to give new nurses an opportunity to be able to sit down and really be clear with who you are. And once you be clear with who you are, the next thing I want you to be clear with yourself is about what kind of nurse do you want to be. Do you want to be that nurse who feel overwhelmed all the time, or do you want to be that nurse who feel like, I'm not stressing about anything, and I'm living my dreams? Because it's a dream to be a nurse. It can be a dream, but it can be a nightmare too. So, like Drake said in that song, everybody die, but don't everybody live. I want to be the nurse that lives. I don't want to be that nurse who feels drained when I go to work. I don't want to be that nurse who have to fake a smile in front of my client because the other 25 clients is draining me. And I found myself doing that. And I hate that when I get attached to clients in the facility and I know I have to leave at the end of my shift and they're getting mistreated when I'm not here. I get very, very like attached to my patients, and I know they tell you not to, but it is what it is. I'm a human, and I just it bothers me to know that I'm not really making a difference. And I feel like when you just come there and you see the problem, and I don't know, it's just heartbreaking because I'm only one person and I can't change everything, you know what I'm saying? I can't be there all the time. And I hate, and I feel like I'm a part of it when I'm still choosing to show up to a place that I know is not giving patients what they deserve. So anyway, yeah. I know this is kind of different from what y'all used to as far as listening to people's experience or getting insight. I am a tarot reader too. So bear with me, y'all. I'm just doing this out of love. So what I was saying next, home care. So yeah, it can be very scary, but it depends on where you go. Some home care agencies have great training. One of them I went to in particular, I literally was working in a nursing home for about 3 months, and I would be terrified when they put me on the hall where the trachs was at. It was like 2 or 3 trachs on that hall. And I would be so terrified because before they put me on the floor by myself, that's another thing I didn't mention too. With agency, I keep saying agencies, but with working in a nursing home or a facility, you're not going to even get the training that you need. So don't think that. If you feel like you want to get trained before you get on the floor, with you being a new nurse, probably not the best idea to go to a nursing home. And if you are going to go to a nursing home, make sure you let that DON know. Right when you walk in that door, when you get hired, when the minute they ask you, okay, do you have any questions during your interview, make sure you raise your hand and you say yes. And you ask them, how many days of training are you willing to give me? Because I'm a brand new nurse, I don't have experience, and I don't feel comfortable or confident yet. And I don't want to get on the floor by myself until I feel confident. No, okay. So next, when you ask that question, make sure you look them in their eyes when you ask them that, because the eyes never lie, for one. If that DON, if that RN is not willing to give you the training that you feel like you need to be successful, that's your cue that this is not the job for you. I have been thrown on the floor in so many nursing homes, and that's why for the first year of me being a nurse, I was scared. I left the nursing homes because I was scared. I was scared that I wasn't good enough. I was thinking that, and it wasn't that I wasn't good enough, because I ended up coming back, after my first year. And I remember I started feeling like that again, and I was going to run away again and go back to agency. But God told me, no, you're going to stay right here and you're going to learn this. And you don't have to stay here, but you're going to stay here long enough for you to learn this. Because when we run away from fear, we're running away from our purpose. Because fear is an illusion. Fear is something to prevent us from getting to our purpose. So I do want to share that with you guys too. But understand that you have the right to be truthful. Just because you are an LPN don't mean you know everything. You're a brand new nurse. You're not going to know everything. You need experience to learn. But if they're not willing to give you the training that you feel like you need, do not let people set you up for failure. Understand that a lot of these nursing homes, and not even just nursing homes, just business in general, and any business, most of the time, they're not looking at you as a person. They're looking at you as a number. They're looking at you as money. So understand that you work hard for your license. So don't let anyone just throw you out to the wolves, you know what I'm saying, and put your license on the line because they need a number and because they need the money. Because you need your license. You work hard for your license. And when you do something under documentation or just on the clock, period, under your license number, they're not going to come to the DON and say, oh, well, she said that she needed more training, you didn't give it to her. They're going to come to you. And then if you tell them, oh, I didn't get enough training, they're gonna say, well, you took the shift, you took the keys. When you took those keys and when you clocked into this facility, that was you taking responsibility of these patients. That was you saying that you'll make sure they're safe. So once again, don't let nobody rush you into anything that you feel like you're not ready for at all. And if people try to do that, that's a sign that that's not the right place to be at. Hold on, y'all. Hello? I'm doing a video right now. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna call you back, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to answer because that was my fiance. He kept calling the phone that I'm recording on, and I kept ignoring him. Now he called on other phones, so I'm like, let me just answer and let him know. But anyway, y'all, I know y'all probably like, this is the most ghettoest. But it's authentic though. It don't matter as long as y'all get what y'all need to get out of it. So yeah, that's what the like I say, don't let nobody rush you into nothing, no matter where you at, home care, agency, hospital, whatever. But I can say, like I said, I haven't worked in the hospital as a nurse, but only reason why I haven't though is because of my kid's schedule. I would love to work in, oh yeah, another thing too, the hospital is not gonna pay you that much. I know everybody, think, oh, the hospital is like a dream job, but like I said, it's not always about the money, but for each his own. And for some of you, it may not all be about the money, but you may need a little bit more money. That's why you became a nurse. So, like, here in Florida, like in a nursing home, you'll easily get $30, like $28 to $30 or more in a nursing home, especially if you work nights. You could probably get up to like $35. But I'm not talking about as an LPN. RNs probably get a little bit more than that, probably like $5 more. So yeah, in a hospital, you're not gonna get paid that much. I know 2 years ago they was paying the RNs $25 an hour. So they're paying LPNs like 22, 21, something like that in the hospitals. And here where I live at, you can literally get a job as a CNA and get paid the same thing, like $20, $21. So like I said, it all depends on where you go. Oh, you know what? I didn't talk about jobs in women's care, like OBGYN and stuff like that. I haven't done that. I think it'd be a pretty cool job though. Once again, I can't do that because of my kid's schedule. And I recently just got today an interview with a daycare center for kids with disabilities. I'm kind of enjoying working with kids. I'm kind of veering off from the adult. I feel like my whole career I have worked with adults. Even before I was a nurse, I was a CNA. So I've been in the field for a while now, for over a decade. Even though I've only been a nurse for a year. But like I said, I've been around for a while, so I have a lot of experience. On top of that, I have my own homemaking companionship business. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here, like I said, give y'all a little insight of, oh yeah, home care too. Most home care agencies, they pay you every week. So me personally, I love that. I hate getting paid every 2 weeks. Me personally, I hate it. It seems like it's forever. I feel like waiting 2 weeks is like waiting a month. So when I had lost my client from his insurance, and like at the end of last year, and I had to go to the nursing home at the beginning of this year, it killed me, y'all, because I was used to getting paid every week. You know what I'm saying? So for me to go from getting paid every week to getting paid every 2 weeks, I ain't like that. And so like I say, for each his own. Some of you might be okay with getting paid every 2 weeks. I want to get paid every week. So most nursing homes, they're not going to pay you every week. They're going to pay you every 2 weeks. What else do I got to say to you guys? And if you are deciding to go to nursing home, make sure you check all your patients before the person who's giving you shift report leaves. Because it haven't happened to me, but I haven't had a lot of people tell me that they'll walk into the building, get report, and then they'll go in there and get ready to start their day and go in the room and the patient to be dead. And the nurse before that, they know the patient was deceased, but they don't want to do the paperwork. So they leave it on you. And if you didn't catch it, then it's on you. Somebody got to do it. They're gone. You're the nurse now. Once you take those keys, it's your responsibility. So that's all I have for you guys. If y'all got any questions, feel free to drop them down below. I will definitely reply back. And I just want to end it off with saying something real quick for those of you out there who probably like deal with anxiety or just having anxiety, period, from, you know, being in this season in your life. Understand, I was there before too. I was literally there. I feel like just yesterday. And it's a year and 4 months now. And I'm just not making this video. And the reason why I'm just not making it is because I had to get more experience myself to share it with you guys. And I didn't think that, I don't know, like, I was going through my own emotions. Like, and I'm sharing this because I'm trying to let you guys know I know what you're going through. I know that you may be kind of nervous. You don't know, like, what direction to go in. I really pray that this video helped you kind of have a more clear understanding or idea of what direction you want to head towards with your career. And I really want, like, if you don't take nothing else from this, make sure that you know that it's normal for you to feel how you're feeling right now. But the first thing that you should do is get clear with yourself. Like I said, who you are, what kind of person you are, what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate, what you're willing to put up with, what you're not willing to put up with, and then decide what's best for you. Because I understand all money ain't good money. And if you are the nurse who feel like, oh, I want to make more money, but I really don't want to go into the nursing home, but I'm willing to do it anyway, be the change in that nursing home. And I had to tell myself that for a long time because I wanted to quit so bad. But before I quit, I had to tell myself, for one, I had to tell myself this is a challenge for me, because I knew it was, because I was scared of it. And anything I feel like you're scared of, it's a challenge. And anything that's worth the challenge is worth having. You going to nursing school was a challenge. It was scary. We didn't know, you know what I'm saying, what to expect, but we did it. And now you're here. And just like you went to nursing school and you didn't know what the hell was going on, but you just did it. The same thing right here. So understand that God is on your side. Spirit is always here to guide you, direct you, your ancestors, and your spirit team or whoever you believe in. Reach out to them, talk to them, ask them for confirmation, ask them for guidance, and they will guide you exactly where you need to be at. And I want to share something really quick too. I told y'all I quit my job 2 nights ago, right? And today I got 2 people reach out to me for a job. One is with a disability daycare center that I am so excited about, and another one was an agency. So I'm with 3 agencies right now. Plus, you know, I have my business on the side. And I'm just sharing this to let you guys know that anything is possible. So don't feel limited and feel like you have to settle for something, because you have limited possibilities. You just have to get clear with who you are, where you want to go, and then ask the universe to give it to you, and they will. So that's all I have for you guys. And like I said, if y'all got any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I will reply to you. Bye guys.